Come with us on a gorgeous autumnal cruise saturated with abundant golden colors and discover the interconnected history of the Canal, Wilton Windmill and Crofton Pumping Station.
We are on the move again. We just passed.
And so are they.
Yeah. We just passed Mark and Julie from We're on the Move. Check out their channel. I'll put a link below. It looks like we're going in the same direction, so we're going to try and catch up with those guys later on. So today we are going to Great Bedwin, which is 10 locks away. We've just done one, and that's where the nearest water point is.
We are lucky this year autumn has been warm and dry, so the leaves are still on the trees. I just want to take it all in. Such a gift to experience all the colors without the rain.
It must be my birthday. All the locks are set in our favour and all the gates are open.
I'm loving the variety of all of the unique paddles on the locks today.
We're making a lot of progress today and very quickly.
Olive soup.
This is the last stop where we can't drop off our recycling, and the next move we do, there is going to be a recycling bin, and the bow is so full we are considering to start just chucking recycling with our bags into the bow because there's no room and we run out of bags.
Looks like a skip. Living on a boat, you do notice how much stuff you use, you know, and you can't get rid of your rubbish, you know, every week.
When was the last time we emptied this?
I don't know, is that about a month?
At least, probably more. Hasn't this been the quickest 10 looks ever?
It's not been too bad.
We might have to do the last lock in the dark, depending how long the water tank will take. Sometimes it takes an hour, sometimes half an hour, depends on the pressure, on the water pressure. Are we full?
Yeah. The water?
Yeah. How long did that take?
About an hour, maybe a little bit more.
When your life's been put on hold for far too long, when the sorrow and despair is growing strong.
Slow down, you maniac! Good, thank you. How are you? It must have been last Saturday. I think, were you just before the water point? Yeah, I think we saw you actually. Or the boat anyway.
When you find the strength to really shed your skin, all you really need to do is search within.
I'm going for a walk. It's such a beautiful day today, and there is something very gorgeous nearby. So I'm taking you guys with me to show you something wonderful and historic. This is my favourite bit. We're going through a woodland. This is the perfect place to have my tea and look at the sky through the golden crown of the tree. It's been a while since I've been in a forest, especially at such a colourful time of the year.
There is something romantic about windmills. There are about 140 windmills left in the UK, and only 40 of them are still working. There were more than 1,000 in the end of the 19th century. I had no idea there were so many windmills around. As you know, we love living in unusual places, so maybe in a parallel universe somewhere, we turned one of these windmills into a home for ourselves.
I'm actually further away than I expected, and it's quite windy up here on the field. I hope you enjoyed the view. Hello, Emu. What the actual...
While I admired the miracle birds, I met a local lady who told me something interesting about them. As the story goes, one of the birds plucked a diamond earring out of the farmer's wife's ear. To tell you the story accurately, I had to Google emu's digestive system, so here we go. A gizzard is a part of the bird's anatomy, and it's an organ of digestion where emus store the stones that help them to digest their food, because they have no teeth.
So they think it ended up in one of their little barges.
What a story!
Yeah, so David, the farmer, he had to ring the insurance company and say, the emu's eaten my wife's diamond earring.
Who's got the diamond earring? Which one of you? Did you enjoy walking through the forest with me? Some call it a forest bath, an autumnal forest bath. It's been a long time coming. Finally, we made it to the windmill. Wilton Windmill.
I find windmills fascinating, so the next available opportunity, Miles and I went to visit this one up close. And the history of this windmill is interconnected with the Canal.
There's so much room under that house, have you seen?
The Canal was built through the side of some local watermills, and the pumps providing the water for the canal lowered the river levels so that the remaining watermills were no longer viable. Wilton Windmill was built in 1821 after the Canal was built. It was operational for 100 years, however, with the introduction of new steamroller mills and fast production of cheap bread, it became unwanted and was abandoned. In 1976, it was restored to its former glory and it's back to being fully operational. Also here is the granary building, completed in 2019. It's now a home to a small museum of rural history, including a collection of old photos of the windmill and historic artifacts related to sowing, growing and harvesting grain.
So this mill hasn't always been here. It's from like another estate, and it was moved here. I think another museum was selling loads of stuff and items, and this was one of them. And then they took it apart and rebuilt it here. And the guys that moved it were the same guys that built the Globe Theatre in London.
Horse-drawn plough. That was one very exciting windmill. That's the only one I've seen, I think. There is one near the Oxford Canal somewhere, but that is it.
Next, we're visiting the Crofton Pumping Station. It was built in 1809, just a year before the opening of the canal. It pumps the water up to the summit to supply the canal. The station has 2 pumping engines. For day-to-day operation, the pumping station uses electric pumps that are controlled by the water level in the summit pound. However, the original steam-driven pumping equipment has been preserved and is still operational. And we're kind of glad that the station was shut, because we would like to go on the day when they run those engines to get the full experience. Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Please give this video a like and subscribe if it's your first time here. If you are fascinated by the history of the windmill and the beam engines, there are 2 links below in the description. Both of them are running fundraising campaigns for support to keep the history alive for generations to come. Huge thank you to our Patreons for supporting our journey. If you're interested in joining our family to watch these episodes early, to hang out on Zoom with us, get a sticker of Alba or a handwritten card from us, join us on Patreon. Sending you all our love. See you in the next one.